Hello guys and welcome back to another session. In this lecture we are going to discuss about for and enhanced for loop. So we'll start with the for loop. So for loop, what is a for loop? For loop is used to iterate a particular condition. So iteration means you want to have a loop in a program. So you want to have a specific condition execute repeatedly over n number of times. So to do that we have to use loops. The for loop is one of the basic loops which is available in Java. Like Java supports for loop. So in the syntax of the for loop we will look at it, and you can see for loop will start with the initialization followed by a semicolon, and after that there will be initialization is the part where we will declare our local variable which is used for the iteration, and followed by that the condition expression will be there. Condition means when we want to terminate our iteration. For example, a condition is like length less n equal to length. So when the length of that iterating array list or array reaches the limit, then we want to terminate it, then we have to provide that condition in the condition section. Next part is the iteration section, in which we will define how we want to iterate our loop. So for example, incrementation and decrementation operation, how we want to do that iteration we will define in the iteration section. And following to that, in that block of that for loop we have to declare the statements which we want to execute over the number of times. So this is it for the for loop. Now let us discuss about the enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop was introduced later into Java, and it is used to iterate over a collection and list arrays and other data structures. It has a syntax like the for loop, a variable will be has to be declared, and colon we have to write, and then you have to mention the name of the list or the array, and in that statement you have to write the particular statement which you want to iterate over a number of times. So for enhanced for loop is much more compact. It is used mainly to iterate over collections and list. And now we'll see the practical for this section. To understand more about for loops, now let us see the practical for this section. I will demonstrate the usage of for loop in this section. So we can see I have declared a for loop here, and in the for loop I am printing out the value. Here we can see initialization, condition and iteration, all the three different aspects of for loop, and that is the basic syntax for loop. I am printing out each iteration value. And next thing is the enhanced for loop. The enhanced for loop, before enhanced for loop, I am declaring an array. Array is a collection of similar data types, and it is used to have multiple elements. So you will see about arrays when the array section will come. But for now, it's thing like it is a data structure which allows similar collection of data. So here this is an int array, and in the int array I am iterating over the int array using the enhanced for loop. So here you can see the syntax. The variable name is declared and colon the list name, the array name is provided, and I am iterating over each element using the for loop. Now let us see the output for this. Here you can see the output. The output has came in, and you can see the multiple times the iteration condition is printed, the statement is printed, and program is executed successfully. And thank you for watching. Now let us see another program. Now let us see a simple program to print stars, and using a triangle we have to print using stars in Java. So these kind of questions are asked in interviews and all, how to print a particular pattern using for loops and stars. And this is how this program will explain how to print a particular triangle using a star. So here you can see I have declared two for loops, The first for loop is to iterate over each line of the triangle, and the second for loop is to print the stars, whatever the stars which are number of stars which we need to print over each line. Here you can see I am putting j less than I, like that I'm putting, so that number of times if the I value is 1, the one star will be printed, the I value is 2, then 2 stars will be printed, the I value is 3, then 3 stars will be printed, like that the for loop will execute. So after the last line the number of stars will be printed as per as the I, so then the triangle will be constructed like that. Let us see the output to see the triangle. So here you can see the output as came, the triangle is printed, and we will see another program based on for loop. Now let us discuss about a program to print factorial of a number. We already seen in the program structure part of our course. We had discussed about for factorial. In that lesson, we used the recursion to print factorial of the number. And in this lesson, we are going to print using a simple for loop. So we can see here I'm putting initializing the variables, declaring some variables and initializing it. And factorial variable is initialized to 1, and after that I'm having a for loop in which this will be decrementing for loop. You can see the iteration part I'm decrementing, and the condition will be like up to the 1 I will iterate the for loop, and then I will multiply each value and equate it back to the factorial value, and finally in the printf I will print the particular values. So let us see the output for this thing to understand what is the factorial of 4. So here you can see the factorial of 4 is 24. The output has came. So that is it for this section on for loops. In this section we are seeing about different types of usage of for loops. Enhanced for loop also we have seen, and these for loops are very important to learn because in everywhere we want to iterate our collection or items, we want to use for loop. So thank you for watching, and please I will see you in the next video.